Oh, okay.
All right, so Unati, at this particular stage, we do understand that there is breaking news. We understand that a fifth body has been found. I'm telling you at this moment, this is breaking news. I'm really going to see if I'm going to be able to bring in Brigadier Athlenda Mate on that latest now. This is breaking news at this particular second. Let me try and confirm this with Brigadier Athlenda Mate. Brigadier, apologies, I'm really sorry, we are live. Can we confirm to us that a fifth body has been found?
Yes, we do understand that that is where all these vehicles are heading to. We understand that a fifth body of a female has been found down the river. So our police divers have found it. They're just busy retrieving that particular body.
All right.
So can you just confirm again, you are saying now that aside from the four bodies that have been found, there has been another body that has now been found?
A fifth body?
Yes, we can confirm. As I've rightly indicated earlier on, our police divers have been hard at work. They've now made the discovery together with our air wing unit, the discovery of a fifth body of a female. So we can confirm that, but we are heading there, and we understand that our police diving unit is busy retrieving that particular body.
Brigadier Mate, where is...
Has the family gone to the mortuary yet?
Last time I checked, they were still busy with the National Commissioner. They'll be heading to the mortuary. I'm sure he will update them on the latest developments. But quite shockingly, and what is of concern, is that the vehicle that they were utilizing has not been found as yet.
Right, Brigadier Athlenda Mate, thank you very much indeed. We've got breaking news for you at this particular time. Unati, we're just waiting for police. We understand they're going to take us from this area to where, take a look at these vehicles here. These vehicles are heading to that scene. We understand where now. Police divers have found that fifth body, and it is the body of a woman. The story keeps unfolding every second, and senior members of the South African Police Service are heading towards that area. I do know that they're going to try and take the media towards that particular area, and right now senior members of the South African Police Service are headed to that scene where this body has been found. Now, we're not sure how, if at all, this is related. Remember, what is also still outstanding at this particular point is the fact that the vehicle that the police officers were traveling in, the VW, has not yet been found. And but what police did tell us a little bit earlier on was that there had been a remnants of a VW. Now, remember, the VW is the vehicle that the police officers were traveling in, and that's where they're headed to at this particular point. These are the vehicles that are headed towards that direction. I think I'm going to ask my colleague if we can't just perhaps move towards that direction. So Unati, at this particular point, breaking news, a fifth body has been found. Police divers have found a fifth body. What we're going to try and do now is head towards that area with this contingent of police. We'll cross to you a little bit later on as soon as we're able to bring you more details relating to that. We'll take it back to you for this moment.
All right, of course, that was our senior reporter, Chriselda Lewis, there in Centurion. That's, of course, as she's just said, a fifth body has been found at the Hennops River in Centurion. This is, of course, the breaking news of the hour. It's not confirmed at this stage if, of course, the three bodies are those of the three constables that went missing since Wednesday. Of course, we understood they were traveling from Bloemfontein to Limpopo. Let's now bring in Kamogelo Seekoei, who's following this story for us from another angle, and she's coming to us live from Bloemfontein. Kamogelo, as you would have heard there from Chriselda, a fifth body has been found at the Hennops River. At this stage, details are still a little bit sketchy in as far as have these bodies that have been found, will they be linked, of course, to the missing police constables? We understand a senior team of detectives is investigating this particular story. What do you have for us from Bloemfontein?
Good afternoon to you. What we know at this point is just essentially, the information that is coming from Chriselda. The families of these three police officers are now in Pretoria to identify the bodies that have been found. But I'm standing in front of the Park Road Police Station here in Bloemfontein, where one of the officers who has gone missing was actually stationed. Her name is Keamogetswe Buys. You remember that on Sunday when the commissioner was here to meet with the families and to update the media, you know, the husband actually spoke, you know, so emotionally about the fact that he wanted his wife to return. So you can just imagine the emotions that are going through, the people here at the police station who work with some of the people who went missing. We also spoke to some of the community members here in Bloemfontein who have expressed shock, of course, and have expressed how this kind of incident where people could just vanish from the face of the earth and not know where they are is such a bizarre incident. You know, they've prayed with the families. They have asked that what the authorities should actually make sure that all the resources that they say they have deployed in the missing persons case, that they actually find those people. But from this side, it's still quiet. The families are not speaking to us at the moment, as they are in Pretoria, just to confirm whether these bodies that have been found, and I mean, shockingly, another body has been found, a fifth body in this particular river, you know. So you can just imagine how even the families are feeling at the moment. When I spoke to Ntate Senoge earlier on today, who is the father of Boipelo Senoge, who's one of the officers as well, who was based in Limpopo, he spoke about the fact that at this moment they are not able to cope, they're not even able to speak. He actually even said that he's going to just shut down for a little bit, and that we should speak at a later stage so that they can be able to go through this process, because they also don't know what is to be expected when those bodies are presented to them and they have to identify them. But for now, those bodies that have been found are yet to be identified, and we'll hear from the families as well. We speak to the community of Bloemfontein as well, about this bizarre incident. To you.
Absolutely, Kamogelo, thank you so much for that. Of course, Kamogelo giving us just another angle to this particular story. As you see there on your screen, a fifth body has been found at the Hennops River. Of course, at this stage, it cannot be confirmed that the 5 bodies, at least 3 of them, that at least they are the 3 police officers that went missing last Wednesday. Now, you will recall, of course, Constables Cebekhulu Linda, Keamogetswe Buys, and Boipelo Senoge went missing while traveling from Bloemfontein to Limpopo. Now, the last time, the known state, at least at the time, was in a garage near Grasme Toll Plaza on the N1. Of course, we understand that the families of the 3 police officers are now in Pretoria. They're currently being engaged by the National Police Commissioner General Fani Masumula, who is in Pretoria with them. We understand, of course, once that identification process does take place in Pretoria, the families will then be taken to the area, in fact, where Chriselda Lewis was earlier on, in Centurion in Pretoria, near the Hennops River. Of course, we understand that the 5th body is that of a woman. As you can see there, police working the scene. They've been doing so since the missing 3, of course, last Wednesday. Last night, we understand 2 bodies were found. At this stage, we know that 5 bodies have been found. 1 body that was found this morning is not necessarily at this stage linked to the police officers. But Chriselda Lewis, who is monitoring these developments for us at the scene, will give us those details as soon as police can also make sense in terms of what they are dealing with at this particular stage. But it has been a frantic search for the 3 police officers since last Wednesday, since the missing police officers. Also emotional scenes earlier on where Chriselda was engaging with the police spokesperson Athlenda Mate, who confirmed the search and rescue operations were continuing. Of course, this is a tough time for the SAPS at this stage. So we'll give you those details, though, as soon as they come through.